Attention, coming in from Charlie Puth and playing for you right here on 88.2 Sanyo FM. I am Crystal, it's the hit selector, and I'd like to welcome my guest on Celeb Select. Today we have Bettinah here with us. Is it Bettinah or Bettinah?
Bettinah.
Bettinah. So I said it right. Welcome to Celeb Select.
Thank you for having me, Crystal. This is like my first radio interview.
I know. I'm so excited that it's your first radio interview.
Yes. Although I have done, what do they call it?
Mm-hmm.
Like I've auditioned.
Okay.
Yes.
Was it your dream to be on radio at some point?
Crystal, I had so many dreams growing up. You have no idea.
Give us a list. Because
like we all know, I started working on TV when I was 15 years old.
Yeah.
So I was young, right? It was just the confidence that was really pushing me. But I was, trying out everything. You have no idea. You will not believe it. I went for an audition for this series that aired on that had Natasha. It had Flavia Tumusime.
Ah, yes.
Behind what?
Was it beneath the
Beneath the Lies?
That one, Beneath
You
the
won't
Lies.
believe I auditioned for that. Like I have
Okay.
been in the industry as a young girl, and I've tried out so many things, many things. But my very very first dream was to be Miss Uganda.
Okay. And
Yes.
and this is like when you were little?
When I was really little, I really
Wow.
wanted to be Miss Uganda and maybe make it to like Miss Universe or Miss World.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then I wanted to be a model. And then I wanted to be a lawyer. I mean, don't we all have like so many goals growing up? We do, right?
Yes, and you keep shifting goalposts. So every
Yes.
time you're like, oh, you see someone else, or you see something on TV, or you hear about something, or you read something in a book, and you're like, okay, now I want to be all this. I keep telling my daughters that, you know what, you don't have to be only one thing. You can be very many different things.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do agree. There's a time I was obsessed with being an actor. I was literally obsessed. Like we used to watch all these Nigerian movies and Ghanaian movies.
Uh-huh.
I was crazy in love with Jackie Appiah. She's so beautiful and so natural. I thought I was going to make it really big in Nollywood.
Okay.
Honey, I've never been to Nigeria till date.
Well, it's still early days. We don't know. But
Yes.
So tell us about you growing up, Bettinah. Where were you born?
I was born in Kampala. I have two brothers.
Okay.
And then also I'm the only girl. And then, in between my life as a young girl, my cousin comes to live with us, and I was like this jealous girl because when we have visitors, there's a way my parents tend to give them like so much love. Like I was the jealous last born, and I was so jealous of my cousin Ronnie. But you will not believe it, we fought so many times.
Were you
but-
around the same age? Was he younger?
No, he was a
than
little bit older. Like we used to fight a lot, but you can't believe it. Right now, he's like my favorite. He's like my best friend in the whole entire world.
I'm looking at you. You were last born.
Yes, I'm the last one.
And you were fighting about attention. Yet
was
the
a-
last borns
yes.
tend to get the most
Because
attention.
I've always had the attention as the only girl in the family. Everybody treats me like a princess. That was the rule. Like she's the princess, treat her right. Like you have to do everything for her. And then here comes this new guy, and he's
taking away the attention.
And he was just so good. Like everybody was liking him and all that. I'm like, honey, you're taking my spot, but it just so happens that we're now like so close. Anyways, my life was pretty much the way it is like
right now.
till date.
What do your parents do?
My parents do business.
Okay,
Yes.
both of them?
Yes, it's they do real estate. So basically, that's what I also do. That's what I also invest in as a person. Like most people, seeing me as a fashionista, expect me to like have a boutique by now, have an online shop, and my parents have always been so against it.
Oh,
Yes, they
okay.
feel like. Okay, I don't want to bash anybody doing that, but they feel like there is more money in the family business because it really and so I do invest a lot in real estate, like buying
Okay.
land, apartments.
How long have you been doing this?
Well, it started more like in my form 6. Like I used to save a lot, and then like the allowances at home. So you just keep on investing, and I have like bigger brother, so they help you invest, and then like the money matures, and then you go buy something, and then it will mature like that. I'm very huge on saving.
Wow,
I'm like
that's
so
impressive.
huge on saving. Yes, like it's just shocking how my family thinks I spend too much, but when I tell them, you guys, I just bought this land. I just did this. I just invested. I need to enjoy that. Like, Bettinah, either way, you spend too much. Like, my family is so business oriented. Like, for them, it's work, 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 work. You get my point? So when
So
they
you're the only one in the family who's really like in fashion and kind of in entertainment.
yeah, I'm only one in entertainment. I'm trying to get my cousin running into all these social media things, and he's speaking up because I mean he's always there doing my videos and all that and whatnot. Yes, yeah.
So where did you go to school?
Okay, school. I went to Sanoa Junior Boarding School. Yes, and then I went to St. Mary's Chitende.
Okay.
Oh, I went to Seta High for 1 year, and that's where I met a girl called Gilda. She became my very good friend. No, I met Gilda at St. Mary's Chitende.
Okay.
Yes, and then we became really close, and yeah, that's how my TV journey started. She introduced me to her brother,
Okay.
who is the manager at the station where I first worked. I had an interview, and the next weekend I was on TV. So that's how my media journey started. So if I had stayed in Seta High for my senior two, because I moved to St. Mary's Tende in senior two, I don't think I would have been on TV. So it was a very good move for me to shift schools. Yeah.
Well, you said you first time on TV you were 15 years old, but you just graduated. Congratulations!
Thank
by
you
the
so
way,
much.
congratulations! Yay, she graduated. So, did you ever feel at any point like, school? Do I really need to do this? Especially since now you've told us you even have the background of business as well. Did you ever feel like school was?
Oh my goodness, guys. This is just so a bit demotivating in a way, but I've always hated school. You have no idea. And for a person who hated school so much, I always excelled. Yes, I think it runs in the family.
Okay.
Like if you meet my brothers, they're like very, very intelligent, like they're very, very brilliant guys. Like like I think I was spoiled. I've always had this,
So who
love.
who of your parents was the one who fussed over you the most? Your dad?
Everybody. So like all I ever thought about when I was at school is go back, spend time with my parents, be home, like in the life whereby you're relaxed, there is no stress, blah 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 blah. But you gotta study, you gotta have an education. So as I grew up, I realized that I gotta be an educated woman. I have to study. I have a career. I have a family that is supporting me. So I have to focus on school. I mean, like it's not that hard. Like if I was excelling, I knew I could do it. But it was a very, very tricky journey for me. But I made
So
it.
when you started working on TV at 15, where were you at that time? With school?
St. Mary's.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my senior 4.
Okay.
Yeah, vacation.
So you did it in your vacation?
Yes.
Okay. And then you had your support then from your family?
Yeah. My parents were a bit skeptical. So they call up my cousins who were a bit older. I call them my sisters. And they asked them, do you think it's a good idea for Bettinah to actually go on TV? Like, I mean, all this exposure. They told them, hey, it's a youth show.
Okay.
I mean, it's teenagers having fun. She has the confidence. I mean, it's teenagers. Nothing is really going to happen. They're like, cool.
Okay.
That's
All
how
right.
it
So
started.
in school, what were you like? Were you quiet? Were you loud? Were you always on stage? Huh?
I think I had 2 personalities. I was very shy and very quiet and reserved. But then like around my friends, I was very chatty and very talkative and like very, very goofy and very funny.
Are you still that person?
I'm that
Like
person.
when you know people well, then you open up, but otherwise.
Yes. If somebody meets me and then we have a conversation, they'll be like, wow, I didn't know you were like this. Like, when you look at my pictures, you
always
wouldn't
have a very
think-
serious.
Yes.
I mean,
You never think I can crack a joke or I can be silly and goofy. Like, you would never think until you actually do meet me. So don't let those pictures fool you, honey. Like, I'm literally always laughing 24/7. You have no idea.
Okay. We want to see more of that on the show today. I'm going to ask you for your first song now from Pia Pounds.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Tubawe is a song by one of my best friends, Pia Pounds. She's the new kid on the block, signed under Big Talent Entertainment. We all know Big Talent, Eddie Kenzo, what up? Yes, so this song is a love song, and it's a song about 2 lovers. This girl is in love with a man, but then like there is so many people like in the relationship who wanted to break up, and there's so many girls who come around, to disorganize, but somehow these 2 lovers find their way back all the time. Whenever they break up, they always come back, and they always come back stronger, but it's a rocky relationship. So that is what Tubawe is all about. Like, let's give them and show them that however rocky it is, we're going to still stick together.
Does this in any way reflect on you and what's
No,
going on in
but
your
I
life?
feel no way.
Because there's the way you said that, and I'm like, oh, I think she's really romantic, actually.
I'm a very romantic person. You won't even believe it. Like, I'm so romantic. I love love.
So when you fall in love, like you fall completely.
I fall completely. That's why I try so hard to keep my heart to myself.
So here is Bettinah's first request to Bowie. Chatting with Bettinah today on Celeb Select. She is smiling so much. It's kind of crazy. I like that, you said in a lot of your pictures, also because you're a model, I mean, you tend to have to be very serious, of course, very elegant in a lot of the poses. So it's nice to see this other side of you that's really giggly and girly as well.
That is who I am in real life. Like, Chrissy will never get me like, oh, yes, I'll sit up straight and then, like, be all elegant and classy and whatnot. But when we start talking, honey, it's time for laughing. There's no time for being serious when you're with me. I think it's a good thing. Like, I gotta keep young. If you meet my mom, you will not expect her to be like 40. She never says her years, but she looks quite young because she is always laughing 24/7. She's a very jolly person. Like, I think I get that from her.
So in your family, are you just always noisy as well? Are you noisy and
like, yo, my brothers are so chatty. They'll just like I'm the chatty one with my friends, but at home I'm not given the time to speak because everybody has so much to say. My goodness. And it's always like jokes and funny things. So like it's a very, very happy house. Yes.
I like what you said earlier on. You said that, a lot of people don't know you invest a lot in real estate, which is the family business, and you haven't gone I guess the route that a lot of people expect you to go, which is social media, boutique and all of that, because we see a lot of that. When I interviewed Zari, I don't know if you heard her, she talked about, it was a nice play on words. She talked about how there's so many slay queens online and some of them are slay cartoons, but we'll leave that for another day. But I mean, you see so many young women who are on social media, and do you think they can afford the lifestyle that they're putting out there? Because I mean, you are definitely a social media personality.
Yes. Well, I think, well, for somebody to post something, that means either they can afford, or the friends around them can afford, or their boyfriends can afford. So if people say that people put out a life they cannot afford, so how are they in that life anyway?
I don't know.
That means they are actually able to afford it. But how is the question, should be the real question. Like, some people are really struggling so hard to keep up, not knowing that maybe Bettinah has a supportive family, she has an allowance, she has all these investments, she has all these deals coming through, and it's actually working out right, like fine. Like, if you go back to the fashion bit of it, I have all these international brands that send me stuff, blah blah blah, and then I just think that all the girls out there who are trying so hard, to make it and look maybe like Judith Hard, or look like Bettinah, or look like Sheila Gashumba, they just have, they don't have to really force it. They need to do everything in their means. Don't go way overboard, because at the end of the day, you can never be like Bettinah, right?
Yes, true.
You can never
You have
be.
to be yourself.
You have to be yourself. But again, you can't tell somebody that because Bettinah is this and she's wearing this, you cannot. Everybody will do what they want. I have no problem with slay queens, honestly.
Are you a slay queen?
When that word first came out, I was a slay queen. But then when people try like change the whole meaning, I'm not a slay queen, because we all know the meaning of a slay queen. A slay queen is this girl who comes from a very poor background, or this girl who doesn't have anything, and she's trying her best to show the world that she has it. I'm far from that, honey.
Okay,
So I'm not a slay queen.
A lot of people use the word slay queen and they don't know what it really means.
I feel like everybody now knows what it means. I would never want anybody calling me a slay queen. Like, one time I was at a party. It was in December. It was a party whereby all these guys from the UK and US collected together in a house, and they were having fun. It was a house party. And then they played that song, Slay Queen by Chosen.
Yes.
And everybody stood up and they pointed at me. I'm like, yo, don't do this. Don't do this. I was so mad, because it has been turned around the other way around. Yet a slay queen means a girl who loves fashion, a powerful,
Well,
beautiful
there
woman.
actually different definitions of slay queen. To just put that out there, there's the one that most people know of a poor background, trying
Yeah.
so hard to look like what she isn't, or relying on men to give her money to live that lifestyle. But there's also a definition which is about women who are strong, empowered, and they slay in whatever they do, whether it's work, whether it's all of that.
Well, I'm not happy anybody calling me a slay queen after what all these Ugandans think about slay queens. No, I'm not comfortable with it.
Okay, so after your S4 vacation, you went back to school.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so I went back to school, and then somehow I wasn't on TV because they suggested that I should focus on my books, and then maybe I will get
Your
back
parents?
into it. No, at work. They're like,
Oh.
you'll get back into it after your Form 6. I was devastated. I cried. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I wasn't on TV, and people kept asking, where is that Bettinah chick? Where is that dark chick? Where is Bettinah? I was just so heartbroken. Like, I couldn't take it. And like, all I ever cared about was finishing school and going back. So Form 6 vacation, the first thing I did was go back and find out if I was gonna get another chance. So yeah, it happened. And then so I went back on TV in my Form 6 vacation. I still did the youth show I was doing. And then somehow my brother Alan, my older brother, he always looks out for me. He was working for a company called Admire, and I think they did some work for Fast Track Production. That was the company that was recording the Hostel series.
Yes.
So he told me, Bettina, there is auditions for the Hostel. I think you should go do it, because they all know. They knew that I wants to be
I want to be an
Nollywood.
actress. I want to.
Yes. So that was when my birthday. That was my birthday, and so it just happened. That was actually in my first year. I was in Mobs.
Okay.
Yes. So I couldn't go for the auditions because I had a boat cruise with my friends. So I told him, okay, cool, I'll go. I'll go. So after my boat cruise, the auditions were done, obviously. I called them and I told them, hello, hi, this is Bettina. I got your number from my brother Alan, who works with Admire. He said that auditions are like, okay, come through. And then I went. I drove. I went to where the auditions were. They gave me a script of the leading role, Rona Nanchinga. I auditioned. And then they're like, okay, thank you. Got my details, blah, blah, blah. And then I drove out. So when I drove out, they called me back.
Oh,
When
okay.
they called me back, I was like, I got this. I know it. So I went back, and then they told me, okay, cool. We want you to come and, bring some, wardrobe, bring something to wear. Your character is this and this, da, 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 da. You'll come and do something for us. So when we came, we were like sort of in a camp with all the other actors. And then they had like 3 ladies. That was me and 2 other girls who were supposed to get that role. So I looked at them and I felt like
I
had
got
a
this.
competition. So yes, honey, I got the role, and that was when I joined NTV. I was acting as Rona Nanchinga on one of the biggest series in Uganda and Africa, possibly Hostel Serenity. Because when I travel, people actually used to say, I've seen you in the hostel. I used to write to photographers in South Africa, in Kenya. They're like, yeah, you're the chick on the hostel.
Oh, okay. That's
People were
exciting.
watching.
Okay. Well, now your second song. And then we
Okay.
get back to that. Shiba.
Oh, yes. Yes. Binkolela. Is that how they say it?
Being cholera.
Binkolela. You guys, I'm a Muganda and I cannot even pronounce the name. Binkolela. Yes, Binkolela by Shiba and the band all the way from Kigali.
Love the way you bend down low. Slowly you bend my heart. I love this station.
88.2 Sanyu FM. Today's best music. The Sanyu Hit Selector.
It is the Hit Selector on 88.2 Sanyu FM. And on Celeb Select today, I have Bettina here with me chatting about the songs that she likes to listen to in the club. So can we assume that you like to party?
Crystal, I think I could be an alien if I'm not careful, because I have like 2 personalities.
So
I have this personality that crazy, wants to party, wants to go out, have fun with my friends, do a few shots. Although I'm not huge on drinking, and then I have this personality whereby I just want to be indoors, watch TV, watch movies, or lay somewhere by the ocean and be by myself. Is that
Okay.
weird?
No, it's not weird. I think you can have the energy to just be like all the time as well, right?
I have friends who just want to party day in, day out.
Every single day.
Every single day of their lives. I don't know how they do it. But I have like two personalities. Yes. I think I last partied end of month. That was in Governor with my girls. I had like quite a good time. And to get me out again,
It will be what?
it's going to be really hard.
So some people assume that because of your job, I mean, you're always at events, so naturally you'll always be out partying as well.
No, I'd go out to shoot for the Star Project. If there is like a fashion event, I'll be there. If I'm gonna do like a beauty segment, because now we have a beauty segment on this show, I will go out there and shoot that. And right after, I'll go home, take off my clothes, and just be free and watch TV.
So let me take you back to, you said it was your first year at MUBS when you started working on the hostel. And then you also took over from Anita Fabiola on Be My Date.
Yes, that was right after the hostel had ended.
Okay.
Yes.
So how long were you on the hostel?
We filmed the hostel for almost one full year. Yes.
Did you enjoy it? Was it what you expected?
Crystal, it was hard.
It was hard.
Hard.
Acting is hard.
Acting is hard.
Please tell people out there they don't know.
Please, guys. Coming from a girl who did over like 80 episodes and was in almost all of them, acting isn't an easy job. But I somehow managed to do it because, I mean, if I was the leading lady and I was there till the end, because they dropped actors.
Yes.
But I was there throughout the end. So that means I did something good. But it was really life-changing. And
Why?
because you meet new people, you get to know how people live, and then you're basically living this life of your role.
Okay.
Rona Nanchinga was this high maintenance girl. She had a sugar daddy, but then she is embarrassed of her life, of her background, and somehow it teaches you, because like this is real stuff happening in real life. So what you see on TV, most of this stuff is actually happening. So
it's a reflection of real people out there.
yes, like some of these things people do not know them, but because of media and TV, people get to know about different things that are happening in life. So I felt like it really changed my aspect about what media is. It told me that it's not easy, even though everything is going hard. You gotta hang in there, because it wasn't easy. It was hard, like I told you. Why I say it was hard is because I dropped out of school. I wasn't focusing at MOBS because I spent all my time rehearsing and then making sure I perfect my lines. I didn't have,
And just acting in general,
Yeah.
film in general, it's long
it's
hours.
really long
So I
hours.
was going to ask you how you balance the two.
Yes. So when I say it was hard, it came with so many things. I learned so much. I dropped out of school. I wasn't really, like, I was in a relationship and it wasn't really working out that well because there was no time. But then I realized that if this has been like something really serious for me and it has been hard for me, do I want to still go into media? It showed me that I still want to be there and I can do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So it taught me, but it was also hard because, I mean, I dropped out of school. I'm not part of it,
How
but then
did your family take it when you
they were,
dropped
of
out
course,
of
they were
school?
furious. They were ashamed. They were heartbroken. But then I made up for it.
Okay.
I went back to school and I graduated.
Okay. You went back after a year?
I went back. I went back after like a few months.
Okay.
I enrolled at Cavendish.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where you graduated from,
Yes.
Cavendish.
Yes.
Okay. What did you do there?
I was doing journalism, and yes, it had so many other sub courses like media management, public speaking, and other stuff. So yeah,
Okay. So that is, you now know for sure that entertainment
is
is
my
where you want to be.
yeah, it's where I
What
wanna
about
be.
acting? Because you talked about your dream to be big in Nollywood.
Yeah, but it's good to try out like almost everything that you want to do and see if you can do it. Yeah. So I also wanted to be a singer, but I'm never gonna do that.
Never say never. They say never say never.
No, my friend Pia, she took me to a studio the other day at Big Talent Entertainment, and I told them, "You guys, I can sing. I have the voice." They're like, okay, cool. Go behind and do something. Yo, Crystal, I was horrible. So no, honey, no. Yeah,
So you listen to yourself later and you're like, oh my God.
it was embarrassing. That's not me. I told them, kill the evidence, destroy the evidence.
Well, the good thing is you tried. The
Yeah.
good thing is you tried. Because there are very many people on the flip side who do have the talent, but they never have the courage to actually just go out and try. Yeah. Okay. So when you took over from Fabiola, Be My Date, I remember because that was also one of the biggest shows. And for a lot of people who had not maybe seen you on the teen shows, they're like, oh my gosh, who is this woman? And then there's one thing that you said. You said, a lot of people said, oh, you were the dark girl from the hostel. You were the dark girl. Now, I'm reading a book by Gabrielle Union, and it's her autobiography. And she's saying that all her life she's been told, you're really pretty for a dark-skinned girl. Have you ever heard that?
It has always been the other way around. Most people have always not found me beautiful and not appealing.
Really?
Yes, because I don't know. Somehow I feel like I've grown up and people have always looked at the light skinned girls as the beautiful ones, as the pretty ones. I was having this conversation with a friend of mine the other day, and I was telling him, why is it that men are so obsessed with these light skinned girls? I was like, anyways, I don't understand. Like it has always been an issue that I've faced, and everybody, like, I've grown up and I've seen people who bleach. I've grown up with cousins who are Arabs and all that. I've seen like light skinned girls are so beautiful, very flawless skin, but I never really felt like I was a beautiful girl.
Okay.
Yeah, so I feel like I just sort of like grew into it. Yes. Of course, my family members were like, oh, Bettinah, you're pretty. But somehow the light-skinned girls have always had all the attention. But now that I've grown up, I realize that my skin is so rich.
Yes, I'm so happy to hear that. Like you
I'm
talked
so-
about, because I think everywhere around us, like you said, even your friends, people you see are constantly bleaching. And you have a beautiful, rich, dark skin. So it's a matter of, like you said earlier, embracing who you really are. I think.
Yes, just be you and imagine if I had bleached. Oh my goodness, I wouldn't have all the attention, because I feel like every single time someone posts about me, they're like, dark sugar, black queen, the dark goddess. I'm like, yo, these light skinned girls are not getting all the attention.
She's
I'm
like, keep
getting.
talking. So no, when it comes to like modeling, when did you start modeling?
From way back.
Like school?
Like from way back, I've always wanted fashion. Like I never even thought that I was gonna earn from fashion or from being, a fashionista. But now people do pay me to wear their clothes. Crystal, you have no idea. And these are like big companies that are working with people like Kylie Jenner. Like, yo, if they're recognizing me, that means like this is like my calling. Like fashion is my thing. I've always taken photographs. I feel like every holiday, my mom spoiled me. Like, mom, I love you. You've shaped me in a way I don't even get it. Like every single time I came back from school, it was shopping.
Okay.
Every single time I was at school, I'll be like, mom, my shoes are spoiled. Please order for me shoes. And she will bring them. And she knew they were non-spoiled. Right?
Okay.
I think that was a way of keeping me in school somehow. Like, I shopped a lot as a kid. Crystal, I gave out clothes like every single holiday. I don't even know how they used to do that for me. It's like, it's shocking when I look back and I'm like, now I don't even get any money for shopping. But I look back those years when we used to go shopping with my mom. I used to go shopping for my clothes, shopping for her clothes. And I've always loved fashion. And then photography somehow, it just kind of came through. Like I would take my cousin Ronnie and then get a photographer. I don't even know who I was shooting with those days. I remember we went to the beach, Resort Beach, because we live in, we have a house in Ebbs and a house in Mianga. So like we went to Ebbs, Entebbe, Resort Beach, and I remember we went up.
And you just took pictures?
In the hills, and we took pics, the sunset. I think those were my very first pics on Facebook.
Okay.
Yes, those were my very, very first pics on Facebook, because my brother introduced me to Facebook. So people loved them. So I was
And
like,
then it
okay, I want to
started
shoot
there.
again. So it kind of started like that.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to ask you now for your third song.
Okay.
Already at your third song. Okay, Justin Sky, Collide.
Oh my goodness, guys. If you've not listened to Collide by Justin Sky and Tiger, you need to definitely go watch that video and listen to this song. It has the most amazing beat.
Tonight, it's all yours if you want me. All yours if you want me.
I tell you, you will see for yourselves that she was feeling the song. You will definitely see later on in the video. But you said you listen to that song every morning for like a year almost.
And I used to Snapchat it a lot, and everybody would be like, what song is that? What song is that? It's so beautiful. Crystal, you won't believe it. I'm a hip hop fan.
Okay, you are.
I love hip hop because I told you I grew up in a family of boys and they love hip hop. The brother that I follow, Alex, loves hip hop. And then my older brother, Alan, he was so much into so many genres like rock, house, blah, blah, blah. So I picked after Alex. So I don't know, somehow we just
So you
are
love
together.
your music?
So I love hip hop.
Okay.
I'm a hip hop fan.
Okay.
Yes, I'm always like getting all the albums like right away and listening to all the tracks and telling like Alex now has lost touch because he's growing up and he's always like in the office and working. So I'm like, Alex,
Like, oh God, you've got an office
yes.
job.
I'm like, Alex, have you
Life
listened
is
to
over.
Yes. I was like, yo, have you listened to Migos' new albums? Like, so who are those? I'm like, what? You're the guy who introduced me to Kanye. Like, what's happening? So yes.
Now, you know, as a model, I mean, for the longest time, we would see models as really thin and really skinny and really tiny, and they would be starving, they wouldn't eat. And you, my dear, have some flesh on your bones.
I do not
Have you ever felt pressure?
I don't really identify as a model. I identify as a media personality.
Okay.
Yes. So with this whole being an Instagram model and whatnot, for me, I just see myself as a media personality, as a
So
TV
it's just a
personality.
part of the pie.
I feel like, oh my goodness, I've always hated labels. I'm just a girl who loves fashion. I do not see myself as a model. I just see myself as somebody who influences people to want to wear something. So I don't really identify as a model. Yeah, even all the contracts I have with all these companies, it's always ambassador, brand ambassador.
Okay.
So I think
So
the
you
right-
want that to be clear.
I think the right word is model. I mean, it's English, but I'm just a girl. Like, but going back to your question, have I ever felt the pressure? Yes, honey.
have.
I'm
Why?
always trying to work out, trying to diet and make sure that I'm in shape. Make sure that, I'm half Muganda, half Munyankole. So I have that Banyankole body that becomes, no offense, that you eat Ishawe or Gio or whatever, and then you're getting fat. Did you see that photo on social media where they said Bettinah, Betty? I was like, you guys do not come for me. I'm supposed to be Uganda's sweetheart. But, Crystal, I get the pressure a lot.
Okay.
A lot. And now, growing up in a family where it's Baganda and my mom is half Muganda, half Munyankole, what. She's always like, you girl, eat. Bettina, eat. Bettina, you have to. When she sees my other friends, like, they're also Westerners, they have the bodies like, oh my God, you're more mlunji. Like, when mama, I'm pretty too. It's like, because so I feel the pressure that my family wants me to have the weight.
Yes.
They want
to see you healthy, I guess.
Yes, but then like my social media people do not want to see the fat. I'm telling you, Crystal.
So you do work out.
I do work out. I do eat healthy, and whenever I'm traveling to go for a shoot, I make sure I diet.
Okay.
I work out and put in the work so that I'm in shape. Yeah.
Okay, so we're just about to wrap up. One of the things that you mentioned is you've been approached by all these big brands that represent like really big celebrities out there, and that's huge. And then recently Coca-Cola as well. How did that happen?
Crystal, I short of words. When Coca-Cola sent me a message on my Instagram, they DM'd me. They slid into the DM. And it was Coca-Cola Africa. I think they're best in Kenya, and I'm happy they're best in Kenya because, man, South Africa would be really high. So I'm happy it was just Kenya here. And Kenyans, like, there's a way we have NTV Kenya, NTV Uganda.
Yes,
So I
yes.
feel
We have
like
the relationship.
yeah, so it must have played part. But they sent me a message on my Insta. Like, hi, Bettina, would like to work with you. I jumped. I was like, no. So I got a call from the company that they hired out here in Uganda to get different media personalities to do influencing, and then it just so happened that they picked me, and then we flew to South Africa. I flew business class with Kenya Airways. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for taking care of me. And then also came back on that trophy tour jet. Like, it was amazing. I'm not over it yet. Yes.
So for many girls looking at you right now, they're like, she's living the life. Young girls are like, she is living the life. But the thing is, it doesn't always come easy.
Yeah, it doesn't.
What are some of the challenges?
It does not come easy because, like, we all know you have to keep up, right? That's just evident. We all know you have to keep up. You have to always keep working. Where I was in 2017 is so different from where I am right now. Like, I have to make sure in 2019 it's something different. But I would like to say to my fans, if you've been following me up on social media, you will know that I always said 2018 is going to be a year of so much happening. Yes, I always speak to my favorite girl, Shifra. She's also my assistant, and I always tell her, honey, there is so much coming, and I think she can testify to that. I told her in 2017 that there is so much coming. Just be patient. Now,
so is it about having like a really positive frame of mind?
Yes, that is it. I think I'm very optimistic. Okay. I may not even have anything going on, like no contracts, no deals coming through. But Crystal, I will pray. I will put in the work, and people do get to know you. People get to see what you're doing. Like, good work never goes unnoticed.
And consistency.
Consistency.
That's very important.
It's very important, I know, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on this show. We're running out of time.
I want to stay.
I hope you've had a good time. So just are you dating? Of course, I know there's so many guys who want to know.
No. N-O.
That no was very loud.
No, Crystal, I'm not dating. Like I told you, I'm a person who loves love. And I think I take my work very seriously. I take school seriously. That's why I had to complete.
School is now done.
School is done, but I have to, like, study like abroad and go, do something else. That's a goal of mine. I already set goals and they actually do happen. And I also take relationships very, very seriously. So I'm not in a relationship with anybody, but I would say all my exes are still obsessed. But I'm not dating anybody. And of course, I feel like it's something that is missing in my life because I've always been in a very serious relationship and that ended.
How long were you in that relationship?
Very long time.
Is it the one you were saying even from the hostel? Oh, no.
No.
Okay.
It has been a very long time. You have no idea, Chris. So that's a story for another day. But applications are open. Jokes. Anyways,
we're not sure about that. We're not sure those are jokes.
Crystal, to wrap it up, I'm a person who really takes, love very serious. I don't play, I don't cheat. I always make sure that if the right person comes along or the right person comes into my life, it will be something really that I'll treasure. And God, I am waiting. Yeah.
Okay. So your last song is one special to you.
Yes. My last song is coming in from Rihanna and Future, Love Song. This is a song that they did like way back, a few years back. Now, for celebrities and people in the media, everybody thinks, oh, Bettina wants a good life. She wants, the best things. Like when you want to date her, you will not handle. But if you get to know me, you will realize that all I want is love and affection and nothing more.
Nothing more. Okay. That's it. Okay, here it is, Love Song from Rihanna. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, bless.
Give me what I want, baby. Come home tight, and when I'm